It's just part of life. Don't let that moment blind you, and don't let it define you. Take heart, that's not who you are. Our God is able, more than capable, and to be faithful until the end. I'll finish what He started. No matter what you've done, grace comes like a flood. There's hope to carry on. He'll finish what He started. No matter what you face, His mercy will not change. He's with you all the way. He'll finish what He started. Remember you're forgiven, so there's no need to give in to the lie that you're disqualified. Our God is able, more than capable, and to be faithful until the end. Finish what He started. No matter what you've done, grace comes like a flood. There's hope to carry on. He'll finish what He started. No matter what you face, His mercy will not change. He's with you all the way. He'll finish what He started. This work He started in you now. He's faithful to complete it. The promise was sealed when He cried out, "It is finished."
Good afternoon. My name is Rahel Tanvir. I'm pleased to serve as your Master of Ceremonies on this special day. The Eagle Scout rank is the highest recognition that the Boy Scouts of America can bestow upon a Scout, and in the past few years, it has been earned by only 6% of the boys who joined the Scouting program. The wearer of the Eagle Scout Award is the epitome of Scouting's best efforts and beliefs. Today, we have the pleasure of seeing Logan Walters join the elite company of Eagle Scouts. Before we begin, I would like to remind everyone that there will be a reception immediately following the ceremony. Now, please rise for the invocation presented by Mr. Murray and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and Pledge of Allegiance.
Please prepare yourself in the way of your faith for prayer. God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the life of Logan Walters. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendships, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we reflect on all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the character this young man developed, and the service to our community he worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, he was faithful, and we celebrate his faith, commitment, and hard work. So we ask your blessing on Logan, his family who supported and encouraged him, and his fellow scouts who helped him along the way. Bless the scout leaders, Troop 753, and all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with Logan as he takes these next steps in becoming the person you desire him to be. Amen.
Color Guard advance. Scout salute. Color Guard, please prepare to post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color Guard, please post the colors. Please join me in the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Color Guard, return the post. Color Guard at ease, audience at ease.
I would like to call Scouts who will be participating in the Scouting segment to please come forward. To earn the highest rank in Scouting, a Scout must spend a great deal of time and effort. Therefore, the occasion that recognizes his accomplishments should be memorable. Today, we shall light the Eagle Trail as we recognize the accomplishments of Logan Walters. When a boy becomes a Boy Scout, there is within him something that we call the spirit of Scouting. The single lighted candle before you represents that spirit. Because the spirit of Scouting embodies the principles of the Scout Oath and Law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this light may seem feeble, but when multiplied by more than 3.5 million boys in Scouting around the world, it is powerful indeed. After a boy enters Scouting, the Scout Oath and Law that he promises to obey begins to guide his life. Logan, after being a Cub Scout in Pack 121 and earning your Arrow of Light, you joined Troop 753 and began to earn your Scout badge. Now, in the distance, looms the hazy outlines of Eagle Summit, flanked by the lesser peaks that represent the star and life ranks. To the new Scout, they are far away, but they will come a lot closer as the light from the spirit of Scouting continues to spread. The Scout begins as a tenderfoot. The tenderfoot badge is the first rank a Scout receives. It stands at the foot of the Eagle Trail. Once inspired by the spirit of Scouting, he won't stay a tenderfoot very long. Putting a few simple achievements behind him, he will shortly climb to the rank of second class. The requirements for second class become more difficult. A Scout must learn to be self-sufficient in the outdoors and continue to render service to others. Now the Scout is ready for the challenge to attain first class. Although the requirements become more difficult, he keeps climbing until finally comes the day when he tops the first summit along the Eagle Trail. There, he receives his first class badge. A broad field of merit badges awaits the first class Scout. More than 100 merit badges guide the scout to explore careers, hobbies, and community interest items. The scout needs but a total of 6 to conquer the Star Scout Summit, probably a lot sooner than he thought possible. The scout finds himself standing on Star Ridge. Thus, through leadership, service, and achievement, he conquers the first 3 great peaks along the Eagle Trail. The trail to the next summit, Life Scout Peak, isn't easy. There is leadership to demonstrate, service to others, and plenty of hard work in mastering 5 additional merit badges and helping fellow scouts. The higher the scout climbs, the fewer travelers he meets along the trail. Yet there are no impossible barriers along the way. This Life Scout's goal can be achieved, but it takes real effort. While the rank of Life Scout is a coveted one and deserving to all who obtain it, the Eagle Trail does not end there. It leads on toward a higher summit. The pathway narrows and steepens considerably as the winds along ledges of personal achievement and mountain pastures of troop accomplishment. Mile by mile, the trail becomes more trying. Many challenges must be conquered in these last miles. Before the highest summit along the Eagle Trail can be completed, additional merit badges must be earned. Some of them are very difficult in leadership and service. Scout gain the thrill of victory. To others are not forgotten. Only with the greatest persistence and courage can the scout gain the thrill of victory that comes while looking back down the trail from the very top of the Eagle Summit.
I now invite Mr. Carlson to the podium.
Logan. You know I have to start this reflection of that topic that you never want me to talk about. Your first summer camp at Camp Kayakima in Arkansas. Mr. Murray and I were taking your patrol up a hot, humid trail on what seemed to be like a mountaintop for the first-year scouters overnighter. We were a little concerned that they were just starting to cook dinner for all the first-year scouts, and we took our time taking pictures, making sure you and your patrol were settled after the long hike up. While you and your patrol were busy talking and occupied with scout stuff, Mr. Murray and I quietly slipped back down the mountain to prepare for the cooking competition. We didn't sneak out, Logan, really, contrary to what you think. We made it back down to the old dining hall when all of a sudden a huge downpour happened. Lightning, thunder, high winds. I might have had a passing thought about you and your patrol, but there was food to taste and coffee had to be consumed. The next day I heard the tale of woe, the fire, the brimstone, having to huddle in tight quarters all crammed together with the other first-year scouts in that small wooden shack of a cabin. To this day, I only feel somewhat guilty about leaving you on top of that mountain. My next memory is of winter camp at Camp TRJ in December of 2018. They normally host the powwow dance in the dining hall where scouts gather and watch Native American dancing. You surprised me that evening when they invited everyone to get up and dance with the performers. You excitedly went up and danced with everyone in the circle. Not an ounce of trepidation or concern for what anyone thought. That was the one moment that showed me that you were ready to lead. June 2019, I met you and the Philmont crew for what was sure to be the start of an epic adventure. I didn't get to attend with you, but when you came back, your crew leader had spoon hands wrapped in bandages from touching poison oak. And for some odd reason, whenever I asked you about how the beef stroganoff was, you started laughing uncontrollably. You served as our troop quartermaster from October 2019 to April 2020, you took pride in heading out to the motel and making sure your trailer was organized. Being a quartermaster, you quickly learned to serve the needs of the troop, and you also get used to hearing your name called a lot. Being able to serve others is another one of the best qualities of a good leader. Watching you enthusiastically provide the patrols with what they needed, keeping everything under control impressed us all. Even those nights when you were tired, you were still there to put everything and your trailer to bed. Logan took his next bump up in leadership when he took over the position of patrol leader for the Bob White Patrol from Jared Suter. Jared had become our SPL and he needed a strong leader to take the position in the patrol. You fit the bill and served for 2 terms. I know there were some frustrating moments, but you made sure the Bob White Patrol always showed up. Next came the big day of April 2021. You told me that you wanted to serve your troop as our senior patrol leader. I was amazed when I turned around and you'd gone from that little, somewhat shy, quiet boy and turned into the guy that was ready to take charge. That summer was epic. Summer camp at TRJ, me, you, and your dad resting our feet in the kiddie pool while we watched the fighter jets bomb the dining hall while your chair dangled from the flagpole. Next, we left for Ely, Minnesota to experience Northern Tier. We experienced a lot of Type 2 fun in those 10 days. Our interpreter, Adam, singing to us while paddling, busting up lily pads and beaver dams, trudging through moose muck, lugging canoes and going back up to get the big great gray whale with all of our food. You were always there, enthusiastic to lend a hand to me and Mr. Azell putting on our canoe hats and in carrying the great big gray whale. About day 5, we could tell you were not feeling well, and I was really stressing the COVID protocol when we had to tell the interpreter. But everything turned out all right. You felt better after a day or 2, and you carried your weight the entire way. We eventually made it to Canada, where I know we dipped our Nalgene's and drank that cold Canadian water. Not being able to find our campsite at dark, hearing the Mosquito Orchestra come out to feed on us was all part of the ambiance. Getting rushed out by the Forestry Service, who canoed up to us to let us know that the fire was right behind us as they closed sections of the boundary waters as soon as we left them. 8 portages a day and our crew still sparkled and made it out. After an amazing summer, you held one of the best attended and most successful Eagle Scout projects, earning your Eagle rank and becoming a 2-term SPL, a Scoutmaster's dream. You put your mark on the troop, leading with a firm but gentle hand. Some of my favorite moments from campouts were hearing you recite great speeches from American history in front of the evening campfire. It gives me chills anytime a scout shows such great passion and love for his country. Logan, your excitement and passion for scouting is an inspiration to everyone. It's been a wild ride to this point, and I'm happy to see the Eagle Scout that you've become. You have learned to lead, and even if you do find things become challenging, I know you'll always have beef stroganoff and remember to pot pedal and pray.
I would now like to invite Mr. O to the podium.
How you doing, Logan? It's a good day, huh? My name is Joel Osterberg. I'm an assistant scoutmaster here at Troop 753. I was the scoutmaster when Logan crossed over to Boy Scouts. I was honored that Logan asked me to say a few words in reflection on his scouting career, and I'm so glad that I got to go before Mr. Carlson this time so that his story would overlap mine. Never mind. Just 6 years ago, little Logan Walters crossed the bridge to Troop 753. Will and Dee, you created this gift for the troop, and we helped you sharpen him. Just look at what we have now. Logan has distinguished himself as few others do. Every scout in this troop is special to us, and each brings a different potential to the mix. Many of them do not attain the rank of Eagle Scout. However, several do. Of those scouts that do make Eagle in this troop, few match the accomplishments of Logan. Scouts, if you want to know how to do it right, watch this. Logan spent 152 nights in camp. He attended 5 winter camps. He attended 4 summer camps. He hiked Philmont and paddled Northern Tier, 2/3 of the Triple Crown. He hiked 99 miles. He paddled another 77 miles. Most impressively, he accumulated over 90 hours of community service. He helped on 6 Eagle projects. He has earned an astounding 36 merit badges, and he has earned 3 Eagle Palms. And best of all, we get to learn from his example for 6 more months. All those numbers could and probably will increase significantly. Logan is currently in training for his 2nd trek to Philmont. This young man has taken full advantage of the adventures scouting has to offer, and we are grateful for the leadership that he has demonstrated. I have observed the troop during Logan's 2 terms as senior patrol leader, and what I have observed is that several scouts that I would not necessarily have expected to crawl out of their shells and step up to distinguish themselves as leaders in the troop. I attribute the strong leadership our troop currently now enjoys to Logan's influence and encouragement of servant leadership. We all see it. I am most impressed with Logan's communication skills. I am copied on emails that Logan sends to the troop informing us of upcoming events. Every senior patrol leader has it in his power and his responsibility to keep his troop informed. It's a simple thing one would anticipate from any leader. Logan executes on this. He does it effectively and consistently and often. Aside from the value that Logan brings to Troop 753, we also have the bonus of Mr. and Mrs. Walters contributing to the life and health of the troop. Will sits on most boards of review that every scout must go through for rank, and Will is an active camper in the Rocking Chair Patrol. And Dee has served the troop tirelessly for years as our treasurer, coordinator of our garage sales, and all-around stellar scout mom. Thank you, Dee. When the whole family's involved in the troop, the whole troop benefits and grows stronger. Dee, Will, thank you both for the example you've set for other parents in our troop. One particular memory of Logan, for which I asked his permission to mention, because I don't want to embarrass him. When Logan was a much younger scout, he stuttered. He stuttered a lot. He's not the first boy in our troop to overcome this challenge, and I noticed it when Logan was a very excitable first-year scout. He would trip over syllables here and there, and I recognized this as something he would grow out of. Actually, I figured he was just smarter than the rest of us and had so much to say that it was spilling out of his brain faster than his mouth could keep up. But I recall one beautiful, sunny Sunday morning when Logan was tasked with providing our scouts' own service, a customary worship service that we hold every Sunday morning in camp. And I believe this was the first time that Logan had addressed the entire troop, and I was nervous for him. And I didn't need to be nervous, but I was. I was afraid that he might become self-conscious and start stuttering and get embarrassed. Logan stood tall and projected his voice for all to hear. And it became apparent to me that the love of God was so strong in Logan's being that he surrendered that morning to the Word of God, and every syllable escaped flawlessly. I was so proud of you that morning, Logan. I recall that I mentioned it to you as we walked back to camp following the service, and you just shrugged it off and said, when you're speaking about God, you don't stutter. That will always stick in my memory. A scout is indeed reverent, and you lead that way in that regard without even trying. It seems to be a pattern that an Eagle Scout Court of Honor is usually a goodbye to the honoree. The calendar just works that way for most of our scouts. We are blessed to have an Eagle Scout like Logan. Not only did he grow in leadership skills and responsibility throughout his scouting career, he went above and beyond to earn 3 Eagle Palms and continue his gift of guidance to younger scouts. I know we're not saying goodbye today, Logan. We have the luxury of enjoying your leadership for another 6 months before you turn 18. I know that you'll be shopping for universities and your next chapter, and I know you're a very busy student. So just in case you need an incentive to remain engaged in the troop till October, I'm going to start a rumor today that junior assistant scoutmasters are deserving of rocking chair food at every meal, at every camp out. Think about it. Think about it. Logan, you did and you continue to do everything right. You are a model scout and a model student, and you will go on to do great things for the college of your choice, for your community, for your church, and your family. I am very grateful and proud to have been associated with such a fine young man. You've been a gift to Troop 753. On behalf of Troop 753, I thank you for your service.
I would like Mr. Darden to come forward and present the Eagle Challenge.
It's a record to get Joel away from the podium at just over 7 minutes. Not that I was timing him. I'm honored to be able to give the Eagle Challenge. The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy, is the first point of scout law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important to him, but because of the vital significance of the example he sets for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the white color of the Eagle badge remind you always to live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A scout is true to his family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother scouts makes him pitch in and carry his share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God with his faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second-class scout, which always has its end turned up in a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up scouting's trail, just as others helped him on his climb to Eagle. The performance of a daily good turn takes on new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as a protector of the weak and the helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scout's highest award. Wear this award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scouts look up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and law be your guide. Thanks.
I would like Mr. Estes to come forward and present the Eagle Scout charge.
Logan, I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in scouting. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute as one of the most wholesome and significant movements in history, and you, Logan, have been counted worthy of the highest rank in its membership, and all who know you rejoice in your achievements. Your position is one of honor and responsibility. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God and to your country and to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts and to your country and to your God. America has many great things to give to you and your children after you, but these things depend on the quality she instills in her citizens. You are prepared to help America in all that she needs most. Our country has a great past, and you are here to make the future greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but only lead towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to the finest living. We have too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others and to gain for selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundations of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Whatever others may do, you will leave behind a record for every Scout to be proud of. On behalf of the Court of Honor of Circle 10 Boy Scouts of America, and with a high hope that you will represent the finest character and citizenship, we welcome you into the brotherhood of Eagle Scouts. Congratulate you, your parents, and your other Scout leaders. Would Mr. Carlson please come forward for the presentation of the Eagle Scout of Logan Walters?
Would Eagle Scout candidate Logan Walters please come forward? Logan, your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have rededicated yourself to the principles of scouting. I present you to the troop and honored guests for the presentation of your Eagle rank. Would Jared Suter please come forward to deliver the Eagle Pledge?
When we began our program, you joined with fellow Scouts in repeating the Scout Oath. Now, you will stand and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Though the words you say are similar to those you've said many times before, they now will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. I'd like all Eagle Scouts in the audience to stand at this time and rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout Promise with your new Eagle Scout. Please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training and example, my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. 2. Please be seated. Though the words you use will be similar to those by which you joined scouting, today they will mean more than they could have meant at any time in the past. But one more thing is important: your future. As an Eagle Scout, you will become a guide and mentor to other Scouts. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now more visible and people will expect more of you. To cheerfully serve others reflects well on the brotherhood of Eagle Scouts and of all scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but it is also ours. Will Scoutmaster Mr. Carlson please come forward for the presentation of the Eagle Badge?
Eagle candidate Logan Walters, you are to be congratulated for reaching the highest peak of the Eagle Trail. Your diligence and hard work have paid off. If you, along with your mother and father, will come forward, your Eagle Badge of rank will now be presented. You have made Troop 753 very proud. May the qualities that inspired you to this achievement continue to lead you on to even greater success in your life. As an Eagle Scout, the eyes of all scouting, yes, the eyes of the world will be upon you. The traditions of Eagle Scout are high. May you live up to those traditions, always guided by the spirit of scouting, represented by these blazing candles before you. The Eagle Badge that you are about to receive is symbolic of the spirit of scouting. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my pledge, my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you as an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken always remain with you. Logan, your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. That is why she is given the honor of pinning the Eagle Scout medal on your uniform. D, pin this Eagle Badge on your son's chest so the world may know that he is an Eagle Scout. Eagle Scout Logan, pin this miniature badge over your mother's heart in recognition of her love, encouragement, faith, and trust in your future. As an Eagle Scout, may you never disappoint her. Now's the appropriate time for an Eagle Scout hug and kiss. Logan, your father has been your source of guidance and advice all along the Eagle Trail. I ask your father to place the eagle neckerchief around your neck to tell the world he will continue to support you as you continue to grow into a man. Logan, you have seen that your father plans to stand by you in the future. Do you now promise to follow the Scout law as an Eagle Scout? Yes. Then you have the honor of giving your father this Eagle Dad's lapel pin. And now it gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, Logan Walters. Parents of Logan, we recognize and give thanks for your support of this Eagle Scout. You may now be seated. Logan, would you please present your Eagle response at this time?
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for taking your time out of your day to come to my Court of Honor. It is such an honor to be able to receive my Eagle Scout after 10 years in the scouting program. I read somewhere that intelligent speech and writing aim to convey a message using as few words as possible. In Shakespeare's Hamlet, Polonius says, "Brevity is the soul of wit." Unfortunately, the speech I have prepared today is neither brief nor witty, so please bear with me. Throughout my scouting career, I have learned many skills, such as rock climbing, shotgun shooting, and hiking. I can still remember when I built my first fire in the Scouts using nothing but a flint and steel. And let me just say, it wasn't easy. In the scouting program, we learned countless outdoor skills, which, granted, are helpful. But what is more important is the lessons that we received from the events. The fire building task taught me the virtues of patience and due diligence. During my trip to National Youth Leadership Training, during our last night while we were pitching our tents on the outskirts of Camp James Ray, a member from another patrol had forgotten his tent poles back at the main ground. Rather than travel back to the main area, the member and I managed to get his tent up using sticks, rope, and a whole lot of duct tape. These tasks taught me the necessary skills of ingenuity, creativity, and most importantly, thinking under pressure. Most importantly, scouting taught me how to be an influential team member. It taught me to take responsibility for my actions in pursuit of a goal, to contribute to the success of my patrol, and to take on leadership responsibilities. Being senior patrol leader was one of the most educational and rewarding experiences I've ever had. But after making it through those first stressful 6 months, I was exhausted. John Adams, the former president, said that the 2 happiest days of his presidency were when he came to office and the day he left. I know exactly what he meant. I'm not sure what was going through my mind, but for some reason, after 6 months, I thought it'd be a good idea to run for senior patrol leader for a second term. And I guess my fellow scouts felt the same way, because somehow I got elected again. Having learned the lay of the land for my first term, I have focused my second term on ensuring that the troop has plenty of leaders to carry on after I have aged out. Through scouting, I have been instilled with a love of the outdoors. It was on scouting trips that I experienced many firsts. First backpacking, first canoeing, first mountain biking. Before the Scouts, I had never even tried camping, but now I go almost every month. A famous quote goes, "In the end, it does not matter how many breaths you take, but how many moments take your breath away." I must admit, most of those moments in my life could be attributed to the BSA. And now, perhaps most important, at the Boy Scouts, I made friends that will last a lifetime and memories that I will carry with me forever. You don't have much to do in the wilderness but spend time with your friends. And whether it be an intense card game or a live tournament of spike ball, you'll be talking and communicating face-to-face with your friends instead of on Facebook or Instagram like we're commonly used to. I believe that it takes a village to raise an Eagle Scout, and now I'd like to thank all of the people that have guided, educated, challenged, and inspired me over the past 17 and a half years of my life. I'd also like to apologize to anyone I might accidentally leave out. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents. They have always been there to help me in whatever endeavor I would take on, in Scouts and school, anywhere I would need someone to show me the way, or on occasion to spot me a few dollars. I want to thank all the adult leaders in Troop 753 who pushed me to become who I am. If not for your guidance and commitment to the troop, I would not be here today accepting this honor. Specifically, I would like to thank Mr. Carlson, Mr. O, and Mr. Darden. You guys took time out of your lives, even taking off from work to come with us on many trips, near and far. The troop can only be what it is thanks to its adult leaders. Next, I'd like to thank my peers, who will continue to make this troop grow and flourish. I know that many leaders, both current and future, will lead the troop and keep it moving forward. Also, those who have already graduated through scouting have left a legacy that I have tried to fill. I'd specifically like to mention Jared Suter and Owen Passmore. They both have been role models for me in scouting and in life. As I watched them lead the troop, I often tried to mimic the leadership styles and charisma that they would give off. For helping me with my Eagle project, I'd like to thank Mr. Estes and Mr. Lahotsky, my Eagle project mentors. I'd also like to thank all the volunteers who took time out of their day to help me with my project. Over the past 10 years, scouting has taught me many things. It has taught me that you shouldn't stand under a branch that might fall on you. I've learned that you will get dehydrated if you don't drink water while hiking. Scouting has taught me that a $200 rope, unless tied securely at both ends, is not going to keep you from falling into a river. It has also taught me leadership, understanding, organization, communication, and respect. Herbert Hoover once said, "A boy has two jobs. One is just being a boy, and the other is growing up to be a man." I believe Troop 753 has helped me perform both of those tasks. Eagle rank represents the point by which the Scout has proven that he is not only a leader, but that he has particular ambitions and goals that he is willing to pursue. With the leadership he has developed proving to be a vital asset toward those ends. In scouting, we often say the road ends with Eagle. However, I disagree. Attaining the Eagle rank is just a step on a long journey. Scouting has equipped me with the skills, experiences, and friendships I need. I look forward to applying the challenges I face and carrying forth the ideals of scouting into my everyday life. Thanks. I would like to now invite to the stage my Eagle mentors, Mr. Carlson, Mr. Darden, Mr. Estes, Mr. Lahotsky, and Mr. O. Yeah, I know, right? I'd like to thank you all very much for the amount of time and dedication that you all have put into me. And I know for a fact, I know that it is an undeniable fact that without you five, I would not be standing here today. And I do have some mentor gifts for you. You don't walk away empty-handed. Thank you very much. All right. Would also like to invite Mrs. Jo Walters to the stage. I would like to present you with this grandparent pin. And I also know that without, you have always been there for me. Whenever I was feeling down or anything, you always had compassion and love toward me. And I know that without you, I would not be standing up here today. So I'd like to present you with this grandparent pin. And I now truly say this for the definitive last time. Mr. Carlson, please come forward to give your Scoutmaster minute. He said for the final time.
I'm going to have somebody delegate that to you next time. So one day a math professor was at the blackboard writing down math equations. 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, so on and so forth, until he got to 9 times 9 is 81, and 9 times 10 is 91. The class started mocking him, making fun of him because he'd made a mistake. Of course, the correct answer is 9 times 10 is 90. The professor waited on everyone to be quiet and said, Despite answering the first 9 questions correctly, no one congratulated me. Instead, when I got one wrong, everyone started laughing. This means that despite being very successful in society, they will only notice the smallest mistake and make fun of it. Don't let simple criticism destroy your dreams, boys. Only those who do nothing don't make mistakes. Work hard every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the closing ceremony. Color guard advance. Color guard retrieve the colors. Scout salute. Color guard return the post. Color guard at ease, audience at ease.
Troop 753 members and family members, please stay behind for a few pictures. Everyone else, please join us for the reception following the ceremony in the fellowship hall. Thank you.